to this second tutorial from Nicola Bakes. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really yummy carrot cake and also how to decorate it to turn it into a real showstopper. With carrot cakes, I feel like everybody deserves a little bit of creative freedom, so don't follow this recipe exactly if you don't want to. I would say, however, that the basic recipe of 250 grams of grated carrots, 250 grams of softened butter, 250 grams of sugar, 5 separated eggs and 170 grams of flour is the best basic recipe to use. I like to add in a few extras. I like to add in some ground almonds. I like to add the juice of one orange. A lot of people like to put in the zest as well, but I don't really like the texture. I also put in quite a generous teaspoon of cinnamon and ginger. I also put a pinch of sea salt. And additionally, for a great texture, I like to put in a large handful of walnuts, almond flakes, and also a few pecans. Okay, so let's get going. Firstly, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 180 degrees, or maybe 170 or 60 if you've got a really hot oven like mine. Also, grease a cake tin. I like to use quite a small round tin, about 9 inches, just because that way you get a really deep cake that you can cut into several layers. And then after that, you mix or cream together, I should say, your sugar with your softened butter. Now, I should mention here that with the sugar, what I like to do is use 200 grams of light brown caster sugar, but then also add 50 grams of really dark muscovado sugar. It just gives the cake a really rich taste. So, we cream together the sugar and the butter like that. Now, using light brown caster sugar and the muscovado sugar instead of just normal caster sugar gives carrot cake that really lovely dark colour. And you can start to see that lovely dark colour right there. Now after that, you're pretty much adding everything apart from the egg yolks. So firstly, put in your egg yolks. So it's 5 egg yolks just there. And start to beat those in. Now a lot of recipes and TV programs will tell you to beat these yolks in separately, but I don't really see it makes much difference. There we are. And it doesn't really matter what order you do things in next. But I'm going to add the grated carrot. Okay, so when you've done that, I'm going to add in the orange juice, and the flour, it doesn't look very appetising at the minute, but I'm sure it will do by the end. Okay, now once that's all been brought together nicely, I'm going to add my ground almonds and all these lovely nuts. Right, I'm just going to add my spices and my salt and give those a quick stir through. Okay, and now we get to what I think is the most important part of a carrot cake recipe. No matter what you put in it or what recipe you use, make sure you separate the eggs. Now this is because carrot cake is a really, really moist cake. You get loads of moisture from the grated carrots. And if there isn't enough air in the mixture, I find that it can be really, really dense and quite stodgy. So by separating the eggs and really lifting up the egg whites, you just make sure that the cake has enough air for it to be quite light. When the egg whites are about doubled in size and they're really fluffy from all the whisking, pour the egg whites into the carrot cake mixture. And now with the mixing, you've got to be really careful, just really gently fold in the egg whites. So to try not take any of the air out. Okay. So when you've folded on all the egg whites, the mixture should look something like this. And then just pour the mixture gently into the cake tin. Okay. Now, when the mixture's all in, give the cake dough a little wiggle, and the mixture will even out. And then you're done. Now, put the mixture into the oven for about 50 minutes, but keep an eye on it in the last 10, especially if you've got a hot oven. And then just do the usual skewer test in the middle to see if it's done. Okay. Okay, so when the cake is out of the oven and completely cool, we can begin decorating. Now the first thing you need to do is cut your cake in half, so we can put a layer of cream cheese frosting in the middle. Now I find the best way to do this is with a long serrated knife, like a bread knife, and just go slow, because it is quite risky and you don't want your cake to break. So if you just find the middle point here, and then get carving. Okay, so now we've cut it in half. We now need to lift the top layer, like that. Now you might be able to see the gorgeous golden colour of the middle of the carrot cake just there. Okay, so now we're going to frost the cake. Now to make cream cheese frosting for carrot cake is really, really easy. It couldn't be any easier. What you need for a cake about this size is about 600 grams of cream cheese. Now you can use any type that you like. I use Philadelphia, but you can use mascarpone, maybe even ricotta if you like. And 200 grams of icing sugar. So just use a palette knife and for the moment spread the frosting in the middle of the cake. Okay, and when it's completely covered, you want to put the top layer back on carefully. And when that's done, you can cover the whole cake in icing. When the whole cake is covered in icing, we can begin adding some finishing touches. Now what you're going to need is a piping bag with a star-shaped nozzle, and just put the remaining of your cream cheese icing inside, and right the way towards the edge of the cake, just slowly put pressure on your piping bag until a star shape forms on the top of the cake. Pull up sharply, and you see you kind of get a little star-shaped gem on the side of the cake. Now if you continue doing this around the cake, just make them about 2 centimetres apart, like that. There we are. And just to finish, get some of the crinkle nuts that you used in the cake and just pop them on top of the little star-shaped gems. And what I like to do is break the two up and scatter them in the middle of the cake. Okay, so there you have it, a carrot cake that not only looks great, but tastes really yummy.